the Court of Session's ruling against the UK government's approval of the Rosebank and Jackdaw oil and gas field permits marks a significant turning point in the fight against climate change. The court found that the government's decision-making process failed to adequately consider the substantial carbon emissions associated with these projects. This legal victory, celebrated by environmental campaign groups Uplift and Greenpeace, who jointly challenged the permits, sends a powerful message about the urgent need for a more robust and climate-conscious approach to energy policy. Tessa Khan from Uplift hailed the judgment as a pivotal moment, emphasizing that Rosebank's development cannot proceed without a thorough assessment of its significant climate impact. Philip Evans of Greenpeace echoed this sentiment, describing the outcome as a historic win. The ruling underscores the inherent contradiction between approving new fossil fuel projects and the global commitment to limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees C above pre-industrial levels, a target repeatedly highlighted by the International Energy Agency (IEA). The IEA's stance is clear. No new oil and gas exploration should be undertaken if this crit. The argument presented by trade unions and climate justice campaigners is compelling. The vast majority of oil produced from these fields will be sold on international markets, offering minimal benefit to UK energy security. Instead of pursuing projects with substantial environmental consequences, the government should prioritize investments in renewable energy. This approach, they argue, is crucial for meeting climate targets, protecting the jobs and communities reliant on the oil and gas industry through a just transition, and ensuring affordable and secure energy for British consumers. James Alexander, Chief Executive of the UK Sustainable Investment and Finance Association, strongly supports this view, emphasizing the immense potential of renewable energy as the UK's primary growth sector in the future. He stresses the importance of redirecting upskilling efforts and attracting substantial private investment towards this crucial sector. A spokesperson for the Department for Energy Security and Net Zero Decence responded by stating that the government has already initiated consultations on updated environmental guidelines that incorporate emissions from the combustion of extracted oil and gas. A report on these consultations is anticipated in the spring. Meanwhile, Shell, the operator behind the Jackdaw field, welcomed the court's decision, viewing it as enabling the continuation of preparatory work while awaiting new permits. The company urged swift government action, highlighting the importance of timely decisions regarding crucial UK energy infrastructure. This highlights the complex interplay between economic interests, energy security concerns, and the urgent need to mitigate climate change. The legal challenge, however, successfully raised serious questions about the government's commitment to its climate obligations, suggesting a need for a more comprehensive and transparent approach to energy project approvals, one that fully integrates the long-term implications for the planet's climate. The decision forces a reassessment of the UK's energy strategy, emphasizing the growing tension between short-term energy needs and the long-term imperative to transition to a sustainable, low-carbon future. The legal challenge also brings into sharp focus the limitations of existing regulatory frameworks in addressing the multifaceted challenges of climate change and energy security. This legal precedent is likely to have far-reaching consequences for future energy projects, prompting a more rigorous assessment of their environmental impact and aligning policy with international climate goals. The government now faces a crucial decision, one that will not only impact the energy landscape of the UK, but also set a precedent for how other nations approach the complex relationship between economic development and climate responsibility. The case underscores the increasing importance of judicial oversight in ensuring that governmental decisions adequately account for environmental considerations, particularly in the context of the climate emergency. The ensuing debate will undoubtedly shape the future trajectory of the UK's energy policy and its contribution to global climate action.